All right, this is another video on like starting your business. Basically, we're starting this business from the ground up, whatever business it may be. Let's say, let's say you got your first customer. So the last video was about getting your first customer. Now you get your first customer. Okay, after you get your first customer, the first thing you should be doing is, let's say you were installing a new faucet for them. Get a picture with them. Get their feedback. Like we already talked about, getting their feedback. Get a picture with them. Post it on your socials. Have them leave a review for you. Oh my gosh, reviews, word of mouth. I've gotten so many customers just from other people telling me or telling their friends and their family about me, which is amazing within itself. But that also shows how amazing the customers are, right? The customers are amazing because what happens is, especially if you do a great job, you do quality work, you take that extra time, because yes, we're in the business to make a profit, make money, but as you get better, as you're, let's say, whatever it is you do, you diagnose stuff. Let's say you bake cookies. That first batch of cookies on a commercial level might not be the best cookies, right? Because you feel like you can make them better, at your house. Well, you're starting new. This is fresh. So you may have it where, okay, I'm a great baker, but this batch wasn't that great. But somebody else looked at it as like, man, if they go hard like this, they gonna go harder, as they get time, right? So the whole thing is getting reviews of some sort. And this is a big shout out. I've been watching this girl for a while, and she doesn't know who I am, but the Cavity Factory. Oh my gosh, she started off like in pulling a trailer. It looked like from when I seen her, and she was in Greenwood. Now she has her shop, and she's gonna be at the fair. But watching her, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how like just how social media can blow you up, how just putting your name out there and becoming the greatness you are, like, truly, like, it's wild to me. So what I'm saying about all of that is, whatever it is you do, like my dad, he's an artist, and he always tells me, "Oh man, this painting ain't that great," and then other people look at him like, "Man, that is wow," because they don't have that talent, just like anything. Like if you're a carpenter, if you're a plumber or whatever, there's things that people will pay you for because they just do not have that skill set to do that. You ask them, what do you do? And they tell you something, like, I call him one of my great mentors. He owns a business. I don't really know what it is actually he does. I know it's like some fire suppression stuff, and he's been doing it for a while. But he was telling me a story about him working at like GM and all this other stuff, and it was just like, and then now what he does, and it's just like he came up with an idea of something that is different, that is not out there. And now, like, I don't know if he taught his daughters this or whatever the case, but now is his daughter is doing things that you don't see. She then came up with the KDG bag. The bag that where you can go in and it's like it's a clear bag, but you can like put something over it, like to hide it. She would have to explain what it is, but I mean, it's interesting because nobody came up with that idea. Like they just had the clear bag and was done. She put the twist on the clear bag where nobody has done that. So what's so funny is even the twist in things that you already see, like people using AI. Like you use AI you're not using AI just to, become the robot. You might just use it for the idea, because maybe you're the idea person and you're just trying to come up with something different. So back to what I kind of went off on a tangent there. But the thing is whenever you get that first customer can bring you so much more. It really can. That first customer can bring you so much more. Before you know it, you'll be so busy where you're like, man, what the heck? Where did this come from? Because you provide quality service. You don't have to be a big company to provide quality. All you have to do is do what you know best. If you're a plumber, make sure the pipe is leveled and plumbed and all that stuff. Make sure everything is squared away. Whatever the case, whatever it is. If you do HVAC, HVAC is what I do. So, if you do HVAC, like if they're not cooling, your whole objective is to get that AC on, right? They want to be cool. It's at least by the end of the night if the house is cold, if the house is hot, or they want to be warm during the winter, right? And what's so funny about that is we can always provide quality. We just have to take our time in doing it. But we have to prioritize our time. So this video is basically more about prioritizing your time, and after you get that first customer, what to do after you get that first customer. That first customer is crucial. That first customer can be crucial to your business. If you do a bad job on that one, you'll probably continue doing a bad job, unless you fix yourself and unless you fix what you have going on. All right. See you on the next one. Peace.